Ladies and gentlemen, Golfweek Amateur Tour proudly presents Golfweek Amateur Tour, the podcast, talking about all things Golfweek Amateur Tour, including interviews with tour directors, players, and course professionals. Now here are your hosts, Tim Newman and El Paso Las Cruces Tour Director, Chris Rocha.
Chris, welcome back. Hope you all had a good Thanksgiving in El Paso. This, to me, is one of the most exciting times of the year. I know I complain a little bit about it, but we're kicking off the 2026 season. Registration opened up on Friday, Black Friday. So if you haven't registered, what are you waiting for?
Right. I mean, registrations are open. A lot of tours have announced their schedule. I have announced my dates for my events, not courses yet, but working on some new ones. So I think my guys are gonna be excited. You know, had to take some time off to eat as much turkey and cherry pie as I could and mashed potatoes.
I do love cherry pie.
Yeah, I get my own cherry pie on Thanksgiving. My mother makes me my own, and everybody knows not to touch it.
Well, can you have her ship me one?
I can have her make you one, but it may not make it to the post office.
Oh, I'm
Just FYI.
I've been there, and so you,
Same thing when I asked you about stews. You said it probably won't make it.
all right. So we'll have to promise that they'll get there, but I can't do that. I can't make that promise.
No.
I'm sorry.
No, I don't make promises I can't keep.
And you said something already that's kind of made me laugh. So I got to say, so you've got blind dates set up.
Yes, blind dates.
You don't know who you're going to meet on this.
I mean, I know who I'm gonna meet. They don't know who they're gonna meet.
They don't know yet. Okay, all right. That sounds good.
I'm kind of, I'm gonna try something different. I'm gonna save them for the 12 days of Christmas and announce them then.
All right.
I mean, they know the local courses. Obviously, we're gonna play the local courses, but it's the other town ones that I'm hoping they're gonna really like.
Well, I'm excited for 12 days of Christmas with you guys. I love seeing it. I do. I'm like I tell you this. It's a little off topic, but not much. So the photo AI generator that I use, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm doing something. I'm doing a favor for a friend of mine who needs a LoRa, which is what we create. It's how I create these songs. Basically, a LoRa is you upload a bunch of pictures and then it creates a model, and then you can put that model into other different pictures.
Right.
So I'm creating his LoRa right now, and I showed him one of ours when that we did the surfing one, and we're all muscled up. So I can't wait to get him that. But I'm not, as far as you know, going to create a Chris on the Shelf. I'm not, as far as you know.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. I'm already. If it doesn't happen, I'm gonna be disappointed because I'm already expecting.
Okay. So I guess I have to do it now.
It's our priority made, ready to go.
No, it's not, Chris. I swear I've been busy. I have not done it yet. But I can carve out a little bit of time to do that.
Okay, sounds good.
It's again, it's one of my favorite times of the year. And just so that everybody knows, just before we jumped on this call, and Chris, I haven't even told you this, we just got word that Jennifer McCormick has completed all of her chemotherapy,
Nice.
and she's doing really well. So I think that's a good way to start off the new year.
Yes, sir.
We got great guests today. They're tour directors who won the Directors Cup. Chris, you're gonna have to eat a little bit later.
I'm a little sour about it.
Hey, but that's okay. I mean, it's okay. But let's talk about. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, like I tell my son when he wants to challenge me in games, you gotta let them win, because if you don't let them win, they don't want to play with you anymore. So I gotta let the V-Fighter, win one. If I went back to back, they wouldn't want to play next year. So.
Well, Terry Lawson doesn't have any trouble with that. I mean,
Yeah. That's a story for another day.
Well, let's go ahead and welcome in our first guest, Brandon Peterson from the North Central Florida Tour, our A-Flight Directors Cup champion. Brandon, congratulations and welcome to the show.
Thanks, Tim and Chris. Happy to be here.
Before we go any further, I do also want to say, we tried to get you on the last episode, but you couldn't because you had priorities, and I'm glad you kept those priorities. So a happy anniversary, and I hope you all enjoyed yourself on your anniversary date night.
Thank you so much. We even had a surprise little family photo shoot this week. So it's been a great week, and Thanksgiving's been great, and I hope you guys had a good one. Congrats on the book, Tim.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, it's I've talked a little bit about it on here. I'm glad it's over with, and we're in a different phase of that now. And it's funny. Somebody's already asked me to write another one already, and you should have seen the look on Jen's face. I had to tell him, calm down. Let me get through this one first and do some of the things with this one first, and then we'll talk about it. But but thank you so much, Brandon. I do appreciate it.
You have to do a book tour first, and then you can do another book, right? Unless you do the book tour where the signings, and then it's the second stage.
That's what I'm kind of working on. That's kind of what I'm working on, and getting up on a few stages, giving some keynotes, and make a little bit of money that way, and then we'll talk about the next one. But yeah,
Currency will go up.
Oh, absolutely, it better go up. But you want to hear something that's really funny and strange, but not funny at the same time? So people who bought the book, the actual physical copy of the book, have already received it. So, or if you order, you receive it. I still haven't gotten my copies yet.
Whoa.
Yes. So I ordered my copies. So I ordered a bunch, right? Obviously, because I got to have them and sign for people and send them out to people that have, that get them. I ordered them in the first week of November, and they'll be here. Actually, they'll be here in a couple of days. So people who bought the book, when it went live, they already have it. And so, yeah, that's what you get when you're an author. You don't even get your advanced copies. You don't get your advanced copies without the advanced copy written on it until after everybody else gets it. So you're really you're not that special. I mean, as an author, you're really not that special. It's been made very clear to me. But let's talk about you, because this is what it's all about. And I hope you laughed when I replied to your text yesterday. We love Steve. Steve's awesome. But this episode is all about you, buddy. The A-Flight Directors Cup champion, and the picture I got, Steve filled in for you. I don't know if he's trying to take your glory or what.
No, he won Directors Cup last year. So yes. If you want to think of it as a back-to-back,
that's where
in that way. I actually was out with Hampton Hall being off the island. I ended up having to get back home to the family and miss the picture. I'll be there for the icebreaker, and I'll bring my trophy. We'll get a nice picture that can go side by side with my hole-in-one off of number 17 at the icebreaker from last year. So we can go the beginning of the year as a hole-in-one on 17 at Harbortown, end of the year Directors Cup, A-Flight champion. I think those are good settings for a beginning and end of the year.
Well, and then start the next year off with the win in Harbortown, and you'll be good. I mean, we'll just
be great.
Let's just keep it rolling.
They just sent me my hole-in-one plaque.
Oh wow!
So thank you to the dentist and the tour for getting me. I'm gonna be able to go back to Harbortown. They renovated, I think, this past year.
Yeah.
When we get to go back, it's kind of like their grand opening in a sense, and I think my name should be somewhere on the 17th hole plaque, hole-in-one somewhere in the clubhouse. So I look forward to go seeing that.
Yeah, it should be. Yeah, and they just opened up Harbortown really a couple weeks ago. I saw they did I wouldn't call it a special, but they did a tour and did a kind of like a video thing of what they did. So I'm looking forward to seeing it as well. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, it's probably one of my new favorite places after the experience I had at the beginning of the year. But I earned my way to a plaid jacket eventually.
So good luck with that one.
Yeah,
we'll be rooting for that one for you.
So let's talk about national championship and how you pulled the Directors Cup out. obviously you played Hampton Hall on day 3. What were the other 2 courses, and tell us about those rounds?
Yeah, so we had Country Club of Hilton Head and Oyster Reef. Oyster Reef, that was my especially my second time seeing that golf course other than a practice round, and wow, did they have it in great shape. And I've had some experience at Country Club of Hilton Head. Dennis has hosted events there, and it's a great track. I felt like I really held it together the first day, which was good. A lot of times it's easy to kind of punch your way out of it almost early. You can't win at day 1, right? But you can lose it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I really felt like my swing and my game was there all 3 days, other than, there's, a couple of hiccups here and there. But, the cool thing is for all 3 days, I used the same ball for each day.
Oh, wow.
So I didn't lose a ball each day, and came home with the same ball I started with. So that's at least one good sign. But we had such a great course rotation this year. It was really exciting to be able to have 3 courses in 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if we had any better weather or conditions.
It was nice
for those golf courses. I was just in heaven playing for those 3 days. So it was a lot of fun. And there's one day I was able to get 3 birdies, and I want to say it was Oyster. I was able to get 3 birdies on Oyster, and Hampton was hard. I'm going to throw kudos out to Jimmy Norton for his round of 70. He was 2 under out of the Jacksonville tour at the time, and he just melted up the leaderboard, shot 2 under in A flight, and that day it was windy and tough conditions. So 3 stellar round there, and I was happy just to kind of inch over Tyler to close the Director's Cup. So that was a cool honor.
But that's awesome. And you played 2 of my 3 favorite courses.
No, all the courses are your favorites. Stop lying.
No, Oyster Reef is a good course, but it's not. I never necessarily say that really cracks into my favorites. But Country Club and Hampton Hall, I definitely talk about a lot. And where Hampton Hall, like you said, is generally one of the, I'm doing air fingers quotes here for people, is generally easier. But when you get that wind kicking up, like you said, I mean, it makes it harder because it's a lot more wide open. And then you get the ball in that rough a little bit, and you can forget it.
Yeah, I really struggled with some of the wind shots out there. Didn't really feel like I was able to get the putts to drop like I wanted to, but I can see why the Champ Flighters a few years ago just absolutely ate that course alive.
Yeah.
And, they went super low, and I think 2 course records were made that week. And so it's nice. I mean, it's a course that's gettable when you're on, and it's also a course that can eat you alive if you're not hitting your shots.
Exactly. So what are you looking forward to this year with the tour?
Well, we have a fun announcement here, and that is the North Central Florida Tour and the Jacksonville Tour are now the North Florida Tour. So Steve and I are kind of launching a new brand of tour where we have North Florida Tour, and that will match the Senior North Florida Tour as well, which was formerly, I think, the Jacksonville Senior Tour, and I know they have the Georgia Coastal Tour up there too. So we're really excited to be able to bring whole host of courses to, call it the greater Jacksonville, South Georgia, Palm Coast, a little bit north of Central Florida. So it's really exciting. This just kind of came about recently, and Steve and I were able to put the schedule together. We think we have it finalized for about 14 events, 2 days, and
Wow.
We're going to be able to host the 2nd annual Sunshine State Regional down in Cabot Citrus Farms with the 2nd year. Fun announcement there is if anybody got to play there with us last year, there was a caddy requirement. And in year 2, there are no caddy requirements. So the nice thing is that there was some benefit in having somebody help read your putts on your ball and give you yardages, but it also kind of held us up a little bit on a time standpoint with 1 caddy per foursome. And Cabot Farms had kind of changed their caddy situation there. So for the second year, we'll be able to be caddyless. If
Oh, wow.
that will
Okay.
make things a little bit more efficient and cost less. So that's always a benefit.
So are they going to have caddies if you want them?
I believe so.
Okay.
I don't have that confirmed yet. I just the overall course design was based on walking. So they were having a lot of mandatory caddy requirements, and I don't know if they're instituting the caddy requirement universally. It sounds like they're not.
Okay.
So they're not making us do the same thing for our event, and that also it saves in costs and sometimes time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because,
A lot of us are our best good readers on the green, right? So I think have one caddy get 4 different reads and hoping that all of us hit the putt that they gave us is right or wrong or whatever. And
Right.
we all play our own game and we can trust our own eye. But I'll never forget having 2 4 putts. I had the Roost day 2 there this past year. I think my putter needs a breaker. I need to get a putter, but but that's the way that those courses are. They're big, crazy greens. If anybody hasn't seen anything on YouTube, it's all over YouTube. To take a look at the golf courses, but it was formerly World Woods. It was a 36-hole golf course, and now you don't even see the trees that they used to have out there. The property is barely recognizable from the old World Woods, and they have so many amenities out there. I mean, they're going to be building their clubhouse. They are going to be getting their pool. The cottage that Steve and I stayed in was probably the most immaculate place that we've stayed. If you were to even include hotels and resorts, It was stellar, really impressive. And the other cool thing about the property is it's kind of like Stream Song in the sense that you have these additional things that you can do, like they have bass fishing, they have archery, they have axe throwing, which, by the way, we get to keep our Battle of the Axes tournament going like we do every year. And we'll have it at Deer Creek Country Club in Jacksonville to kick off our season in 2026. That's on a Monday for Martin Luther King Day, and just after the icebreaker.
That's awesome.
We're really looking forward to keeping the axe tradition going, and like I said, come get your axe throwing down in Cabot too. And it's also going to be a weekend earlier than last year. So this past season we had in the first weekend of June, and that was kind of like where they gave us the first break in their pricing, because their shoulder season, what they call their walking season, is pretty expensive. I think they're over $400 to play the golf courses. So we have a really good rate for everybody for both golf courses, 2 days, same price as last year again, but without the caddies, and lots to do. And we'll probably have it more of like a tighter limited field. Last year we were able to have up to 100, and I think we were around the 80 range, so we're going to keep it at around 72 to 80 this year, and hopefully if we fill it up, get a lot of people make the full roster at the beginning, and we'll do the same thing, and we're looking forward to another great season.
Well, we're always watching what you all do. What you and Steve do is wonderful. I love the trophies, love the axe stuff, and there you all are, with this new combined tour, are going to do great things with it. So we're looking forward to seeing it.
Thank you. Yeah, we're excited. We're glad we were able to put everything together, and we're open to build a brand new community and build even we have 3 or 4 new courses that were never in the system, so the Golf Week hadn't played yet. So
Oh, wow.
we're excited. Yeah, we're excited to have a couple of Georgia courses that'll be out there in Jekyll Island. There's Laurel Island Links. It's in Kingston, Kingsland, excuse me, and then the St. John's County course as well. They did a renovation a few years ago, and it's in great shape. So we have a lot of cool things that we can bring, to all of North Florida, and we've looking forward to having something new.
Well, we know it's going to be great, and thank you so much for taking some time with us today. I really do appreciate it, and we'll see you when you get up to Hilton Head for Icebreaker, which people don't realize it's right around the corner. I mean, It's not that far away.
It's on my calendar every year, and it gets closer and closer. As soon as December hits, we're almost there.
Exactly. All right, buddy. You take care of yourself. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, guys.
Let's take a break from the show to hear about Strixon's ZX Mark II irons.
A great iron set needs more than good looks. It's gotta be fast and gotta be pure. But good looks never hurt either. The all-new ZX Mark II irons from Strixon.
Well, Brandon wins Director's Cup. It is still a little sour that I have to talk about Director's Cup and I can't compete in it. But, it sounds like they have a great thing going on over there. And I wish, one year we're going to have to make it out there to Cabot Farms because it just sounds like a blast all in together.
Yeah, and I think maybe having it a week early will be better as well.
For sure.
And not having the one caddy for 4 people, it really does slows everything down. I mean, you know how it was having paired caddies at straights. You guys were lagging behind. I had to get out and get on you to hustle up and.
I know it wasn't even my fault. But we did have caddies at the Ohio Regional.
Yeah.
Firestone. And I can see why, because even if they are 4 caddies and they're running out there, they're reading one guy's putt and then they're going around and reading another guy's putt and they're going around and reading another guy's, and in B flight you don't make every putt, and then guys mark it and then they wait for him to come back around to read his putt going back down. And it's like, just tap it in, bro. It's not that big of a deal. So I can see where it can affect the pace of play. Just get there early, play a practice round, and get your caddy then.
No, and then you'd be able to get a little bit better, have a better idea of the course anyway.
Right, where to hit it, where not to hit it, things like that nature.
Right. So, well, if you don't like talking about Directors Cup, you're not real excited.
I know. It like I said earlier in the last one, we gotta let them win or else I'm not gonna want to compete. And I let him win. Unfortunate what happened, but I'll come back.
Well, let's go ahead and welcome in the B Flight Directors Cup champion for 2025 and the Tampa Tour Director, Mr. Shane McAdams. Shane, well, welcome to the show.
Hey, man. What's up?
Before we get started, I think you and Chris have a little settling up to do, or did y'all already settle?
We have not. Already, why you gotta bring that up?
I would say next year we do double or nothing.
I'm all for it. Even if I'm in a different flight, I'm all for it.
Honestly, I'm not a guy to take something from a guy who's down. So
I appreciate that.
You could not compete because it just things didn't go right, with your health or your body, whatever was going on. And you know what? And I know darn well you would rather lose playing the game than withdrawing and take that loss. I feel like you not being able to play is bad enough. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to kick someone that's on the ground.
I appreciate that. And Tim knows, he was our check-in day 2, and he texted me, "Hey, where are you at?" And I'm like, "I'm in the parking lot. Give me a minute." And literally sat there with him for what, Tim, 15 minutes maybe?
Yeah.
Trying to decide what I wanted to do. And then had to go to the restroom, and I think I texted him while I was in there that I wasn't going to make it. So I appreciate it. I tried my best. I even had everything ready to go. Luckily, I didn't put my clubs in the bag or have to go chase down the guy to get my clubs back. Send Tim out there, go get my clubs.
Right. I was like, good luck with that.
You lost your car key. Somebody turned in your car key.
Yeah.
You were in bad shape.
I was in shambles.
But that's what I mean, man. Is if anybody can beat someone down when they're down, that you know what, that they have no value in life. You know what I mean? Life's too short. You know,
Sure.
you know, if everybody's up and you're willing to make something happen, let's do it. If not, you know what I mean? Don't back out and be okay because you just feel like your game's not good enough. None of our games are great. That's why we're amateurs. That's why we're in flights. That's why we got champ A, B, C, and D flights, because our little spot in our brain can only keep us in that flight. You know what I mean? We wanted our brain to get better to move us to different flights, but it is what it is, and we just have to value it and embrace it.
Yeah.
You know?
And I mean, I appreciate, I've told Tim and Jen numerous times, when I told them how I was feeling, they were checking on me probably every hour, every 2 hours. And a lot of directors actually reached out to me that day and asked what happened because I was on the bottom of the leaderboard. And as directors, we know when we see somebody on the bottom leaderboard, something's
Right.
wrong. Because the chances are you shooting a 160 is not normal.
That wasn't.
I mean,
that's what I mean. So you didn't shoot a 160. So you just didn't play. So it is what it is. People want to talk crap about it. Tell them, look, come to El Paso and let me know, baby. Let's do it. You know what I mean?
Look, hey, that challenge is open anytime. But you're talking about me. We're here to talk about you. You're our director's champ this year. I hope you're ready to defend next year. If I'm in B flight, I'm coming right after you. But tell us about it. Tell us how the rounds went. I know there were some difficult courses to begin with.
The first day, I played Robert Trent Jones, and I played okay, not great. I just couldn't sink any putts.
It was tough to putt on that one. I played that one. That one was tough to putt.
It was a little tough, and I struggled with that. I'm like, man, I'm hitting fairways, I'm hitting greens, and I'm three putting. It was like that. I'd have a 10-foot putt and blow it 6 feet past the hole and lip it out, and I stayed afloat. And I feel like I didn't do that good until I looked and I said, man, I'm in the top 100 with what I shot. I'm like, wow, that's great. You know what I mean? Because I felt like I was in last place. You know what I mean? Then the next day I went and played Golden Bear. Man, I tore it up. If I still got my scorecard and everything. If I remember correctly, I hit 14 greens and like 11 fairways.
Oh, wow.
And I had 4 birdies that day and 1 triple and a couple doubles and shot at 80 or 81, whatever it was. So I played really well. Especially with the few bad holes I had. Like I was draining 10-footers. I was making 12-foot putts. I had 3 kick-ins for par or birdie with inside 24 inches. People were like, dude, that's, and what made me feel really good, the guys were nice about it. They weren't being dicks about it. They go, man, it's about time for you to go to A flight. And I'm like, man, from your mouth to God's ears. You know what I mean? I would love to get there. Even if I could get my butt kicked or come in last place, just to be at that level and earn it.
Right.
Then I was like, I don't know, I was in the top 30 or whatever it was on the second day, on the third day, and then doing okay. But the issue we had on one of the holes where we played the wrong tee box. And I heard it happen to someone else too. I don't know what hole. But the only thing I can think of is maybe when we're playing tournament, the big national championship, is not have all the tee boxes out there. Maybe someone, you know how when the lawn guys, they cut the tee boxes and they stack all the tees somewhere on the edge instead of put them out. Maybe do that. But you know what? That's more work for somebody. And you know darn well, and I know darn well, we don't have time to do it for our local tours, and Dennis don't have time, and the people running the event don't have the time. Of course, really don't want to send no one out there to do it. But it just sounds good. You know what I mean? But other than that, I came through, and when I was done, someone says, "Yo, dude, you might have one director." I'm like, "Huh?" I'm like, "That's right, Chris didn't play, so I might have a chance." And you know what? It changed my whole demeanor. Like, I was that guy ready to leave and just go home, get in my car and drive 380 miles, go home, because I didn't play that good. I'm just ready to go. I don't care about free lunch. I don't care about the free brownies or whatever. The brownies are great. I love the brownies.
Brownies are great.
They are. I mean, I can get some. Oh, well, that's probably why I ate more. But then when someone told me you have a chance to win, and I went over there and looked, and there was only like 1 or 2 people left to put their score in, it changed my whole demeanor. I felt relieved that, wow, I actually have a chance to win something. You know what I mean? Even though I didn't win win come in the top 3 in the national championship, but I had a chance against other people in another competition.
Mm-hmm.
And it changed my whole demeanor. I was actually in a better mood. We stood around, waited, hung out till the end. Did the pictures with our A-flight guy that won. And, everybody was great. I know Dennis was having a rough time up there doing all that stuff, but he still did a good job with all his stuff that he's going through. I give him kudos for that. I mean, I wish I knew a little more about what they were doing all up there to give them a little more helping hand, but he had enough people helping. I think more people helping would probably be gotten away. Well, other than that, I look forward to next year. We already booked our place for staying.
Good.
You tell everybody if they're going, go ahead and book it now, because it's going to be 15 to 20% cheaper.
Yep.
And you get
That's true. I never thought of it that way.
And we're staying in the exact same place one more day, and it's $280 cheaper.
How about that?
So I tell you, and you know what? And if you go through some of these places, they have a refund policy. If you can't cancel, you get a full refund, long as it's before a certain amount of days. So if something changes or whatever, as long as I cancel 30 days before the event or something, I get all my money back. And I don't know what y'all do for a living, but $200 is $200 to me.
Exactly.
So I've already let a couple guys know, look, dude, if you know you're going, you want to save some money, do it.
Yeah, exactly.
But I got a wife that's on it.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that, because I had no idea that, if you did this early, you could, get it cheaper. But again, it makes sense, because they know it's already taken care of. They don't have to worry about it. And,
Yeah.
even from the rail perspective, we'll take $200 less if we don't have to worry about it for 10 months.
And we got an extra day too.
Yeah.
I'm like, let's do it. So other than that, man, Nationals was great. Good seeing everybody. The weather couldn't have been better.
Yeah, weather was pretty good.
So I think Chris next year needs to teach these people how to make tacos, though.
I saw those.
I think our taco day was. I think I'm from Texas, so I love my Mexican food. I love my kolaches. Like Chris probably don't. I mean, Chris, you know what kolaches are, right? Donut shops.
Mm-hmm.
But Tim don't know about no kolaches. I think that's why Texas is one of.
No,
Do you?
I've had them in. Oh yeah.
Like that's why Texas is one of the fattest states. It's because Mexican food and kolaches are donuts. But you don't live in Texas. You don't live in Texas, so I mean, I'm just saying.
How fat could I be? I mean, if I lived in Texas.
Well, good thing you don't live in Texas, because at 11 o'clock you'll find a Mexican food place, and then at 8 o'clock you'll see kolaches and hot donuts. Every time I go visit family, those I got a couple destinations that I hit every single time. I'm like, and they know it, So I love it. Anyway,
That's awesome. So what
else going on?
What do you got planned for a 2026 season?
Man, I got the best lineup of courses that Tampa has ever had. I got people that ain't played in 3 years called me up and says, yo, I've seen the schedule. You're stepping it up. We'll see how it goes. If the people show up to play, because it's cost more money to play better courses. And so we'll see. So people can't say, oh, I want to skip that course because that course really ain't no good. There's not a course on my schedule where they're going to be like, I won't miss that one. That way they're going to be hard pressed to figure out which one they're going to have to miss because they got to go somewhere, do something with the wife or whatever. I got a couple Monday events. I got a Sunday Monday, and I got a Monday at the Ritz-Carlton members course. It was beautiful. So it'll be good. I think this year is going to be my biggest year ever.
Well,
I think
Awesome.
I know you just dropped a schedule on Facebook, and I love that graphic. So as I'm looking at it right now, what would you say is, you can only choose one? What is the don't miss? What's the one don't miss?
the one you don't want, let's do a 1 day. Let's do a 1 day. The one you don't want to miss is probably the Ritz-Carlton. The Ritz-Carlton members course in Bradenton, because it's totally private. We got the whole course to ourselves. The people there are super nice. The food in the restaurant, they actually opened the restaurant up for us. And the driving range, the practice area, the putting green, the chipping area is probably 5-7 acres. You don't even have to play golf. You can go out there and just practice and feel satisfied with the game of golf.
Okay.
When you play the Ritz-Carlton. So that's probably going to be our number one. And our number one 2 day, man, it's hard to say. It's also between Innisbrook and Lake Javita. Innisbrook is the course to play, but you know what? If you don't hit the fairway, you better bring some balls, because you can be 2 feet off the fairway in the rough, you won't find your ball. Okay. And when we play Copperhead, there's not a guy out there to put a flag in the ground beside your ball so you find it. And then that guy that's driving the golf cart, he wants to go see his ball in the fairway while you got a line straight on your ball, past that bunker, right toward that tree. And he wants to go way left over there and look at something and take you off your line. I'm like, man, the rule etiquette is, dude, whoever's ball is not good, go straight for a beeline for it. You know what I mean? Right. So yeah, I would say those are probably my number ones. But I got 5 number ones. You know what I mean? I got 5 number one tracks, 1 day events that, you just don't know what to miss and what you're going to play and what you're not going to play.
Well, see, that's one of the good things about being down there with you. I mean, you've got so many really good courses too. And you can build that type of schedule. Where some places that you've got a handful of courses and that's that. And so I like what you did in building this, and hopefully that's something that's going to attract even more players.
I think so. I think it's going to attract more of the single digit handicappers, because it seems like the A flight, champ flight guys, if it's not a pristine course, they don't want to play it. Right. So I've hit those guys up and say, yo, look at the schedule. What's your excuse now? Let's do it. Let's sign up. Let's do it. Come out here and compete. Exactly. And we're going to see. It's happening. It's happening. And if it doesn't, it is what it is. I tell these courses, look, if I don't bring this many guys, we can switch it to tee times by Wednesday. By Wednesday, if I don't have the minimum you want to put out, and I only got 50 guys, and you don't want to screw things up with your members and all that stuff, I'm like, you do tee times from 8:30 to whatever it is, 8:30, 8:38. And you know what? You put your members out in front of us and put your people out behind us. It sucks for me because I got to be there longer. But I tell these guys, look, if you want shotgun, we got to meet these numbers. Right. You know, because now January, February, March, and some of April, the snowbirds are here.
Yes.
And golf goes up almost double. So January, February, March is the hardest to fill tournaments because of pricing, and they just don't want us because their members are playing. And they don't want to be hassled. They don't want, if they want to play at 9 o'clock, they want to play at 9 o'clock. I get it. I mean, I don't get it because I ain't got that money to be that kind of member. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm shooting for 200 plus members next year.
Okay.
I would love to have 321, I think it is. Just so I can wow everybody at our dinner in Hilton Head. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, Florida should have it. You think about it. As many golf courses there are in 10 square miles. I mean, I can drive 4 miles and hit 4 golf courses in all 4 directions from my house. Some of them might not be that good, but you know what? It's still golf. That's what I tell people. It's still golf. You still got to play the same holes. We got to play the same tee box, same fairway. You got to learn how to play in these conditions.
Right.
And that's what I tell these people. It's not just about playing great golf courses. It's about competing. You know what I mean? And so we'll see. We'll see. I'm hoping for the best. My wife's hoping for the best.
Well,
and we love it. We love it. We love it.
You guys really do a good job. In Tampa, you're going to your 4th year as tour directors now.
I think our 5th coming up.
5th year. I mean, one thing I wanted to mention before we let you go is you've been around the tour since 2011, Chris. I don't know if you realize this, but Shane's been with us since 2011.
Okay.
He has 284 total rounds.
That's it.
That's it.
There's some.
Okay, so that's 14 years. Do the math on that. Shane plays a lot of golf.
Wait, hold on. 2011.
That's 14 years.
And you said how many rounds?
284.
It's pretty good.
284 rounds. Okay.
Then multiply that as a minimum of $100 a round. Let's see how much money.
No, because I've been around since 2014, and I have 235 rounds.
Okay, so that comes out to 25.8 rounds a year.
That's pretty good.
That's a lot of golf.
And really.
And just Shane, that goes back to some of the things that we've talked about in the past. In terms of, and you were doing this before you were tour director, but in terms of being a tour director, being out there and being visible and doing those things, and when you're playing, now that's just tournament rounds. But when you go out and you play your regular rounds and you're talking to other people, bringing people on or taking people for the tour out and spend a day with them playing golf, that's part of it. And so what I say, you guys are doing a really good job.
I tell you one thing I do when I go out and play. I like to go out and practice by myself with people I do not know. Because if I play with my buddies, it's a lot of times or whatever, especially during the week. During the week, I play people I do not know. I just show up at my golf course 3:30, 4 o'clock, and they team me with a twosome or threesome or whatever it is, and I go out and play. I don't tell people I run golf tournaments.
Right.
And I just play golf. And then after 7 or 8 holes, and they say, man, you play the ball down. You don't give yourself nothing. You put everything out. I tell them I compete in tournaments. And then if they're interested, I tell them a little bit about it. And, you know, and if I feel like, you know, this is a guy, I'm gonna hook him. He's done. I'm gonna hook him. He's gonna come play. And that's how I guarantee you, you know, we try to, you know, give an incentive for people who bring new players. Marie told me, my wife said, I'm disqualified. I'm disqualified from getting that kickback. I'm like, it's bull crap, man. I'm like, man, what the heck? So it's funny. I told her, I said, well, I'm gonna start tell them I'm somebody else, like one of my good friends, Mike. I'm gonna say, I'll tell him this guy, you know, and I'll tell Mike, look, dude, you got $100 coming, you know, give me $50 of it, you know, you made 50. My wife's like, oh heck no, I'm gonna be watching y'all this.
See?
But I tell you a little something funny. A couple days ago, I went out and I got a little greenside bunker bag. Okay. And I put my 5-iron, my pitching wedge, my 56 degree, my putter in there. And I go to walk, play 9 holes. I get teamed up with some kid, 6'3", big kid. I was thinking, man, maybe college or high school. He hit the ball. I hit the ball with a 5-iron, you know, and we're walking down the fairway, and he goes, I'm like, oh, it looks like you play a lot of golf, huh? Where do you play? You high school, college? And he goes, oh, I'm high school. I'm a senior and I'm ranked number 1.
Oh, wow.
I said, really? I said, well, I'm ranked number 1 too. He just kind of looks at me. I said, yeah, well, we're going to see if you can keep up, buddy. And he looked at my bag with 4 clubs in it. And all of a sudden I go into compete mode. This is some kid hitting the ball 280, 290 off the tee box. And I got nothing but a 5-iron. I beat him by 6 strokes on 9 holes.
How about that?
And he looked at me when we were done. He's like, dude, I'm glad nobody's here to see. He said, man, how did you do it? I said, well, you got to learn to compete. Right. You got to learn to compete. You got to learn how to play under pressure. I said, you screwed up when you said you were number 1. Because everybody wants to beat number 1. Exactly. Don't ever go up and say you're number 1. Because there's a bullseye on you. I say, with me, guess what? I'm coming for you. Ask Chris, he'll tell you. Day 2, he was done. Couldn't even find his golf bag.
Couldn't even find the parking lot.
Lost his keys. Well, anyway, you know, we got to throw a little joke in there.
Exactly.
Hey, I'm all for it. I did it to myself.
No, I get it. So anyway, that's about it. What's going on here in Tampa? I can't wait to my first season, my first tournament. I'll probably sit the first 2 out and help because we got new guys coming, and I want to be there, shake their hands, and thank them for coming out and putting a name with the face and me, so they get to meet me. Then instead of just see Marie and get their money and you know what I mean? I want them to see that we're well organized and we value them. And it just makes it harder on me to come back and fight for points and stuff. You know what I mean? Now I'm the underdog. Now I got to come back. And I do that every year. So you know what? I win a little bit of money every year on the payouts for the points leaders and stuff like that. And I miss tournaments. So guess what, fellas?
Hey,
here's the chance. So I love it. I love it.
So you better win, because your Shane's gonna be on your tail very shortly.
Oh, I'm coming.
All right, brother. With that, thanks so much for spending some time with us. I appreciate it, and I know I'm gonna see you at some point this year. So,
oh yeah,
definitely. We'll see how things go. All right, buddy.
Definitely. You know, y'all keep doing what you're doing, and Chris, if I get some extra money, you know, I'd love to come out there and play in some of them courses you got. I see the pictures on Instagram. It's easier said than done.
Right.
On the days we don't have event weekends,
you gotta cut the grass.
Yeah, we're cutting golf. You know, we're doing stuff, and it's like
being plumber.
Yeah, being a plumb trick. I'm an electrician, so now I call myself a plumb-trician because now I can solder copper. All right. Well, look, y'all do y'all thing. I appreciate what y'all do. You know, y'all send this out. Let's keep pushing the numbers, keep pushing the players, and as long as we don't give up, we can't lose.
Exactly.
You know it.
Very good.
You know it. So keep pushing, and then thank God every day for our health that we can still swing a golf club.
Yes, sir.
You know?
Said you,
All right, fella.
take care. We'll talk.
All
We'll
right.
talk to you soon.
All right, y'all tell the family we said hello.
Let's take a break from the show to hear about Srixon's ZX Mark II drivers.
ZX Mark II drivers are for major players, major winners, major power. All new ZX Mark II drivers, only from Srixon.
Man, Shane's a great guy, and I'm glad that he was able to win it this year. But it just sounds like, they're doing some good things up there in Tampa. If you haven't gone out there, and I'm glad they have Innsbruck back, because that was the course I was supposed to go play right before COVID shut everything down. And, if he continues to have that on there, I might have to make that a stop as well. Maybe make a family trip out there to Florida.
Well, I mean, so I played those courses out there at Innsbruck, and they're phenomenal courses. They're really good, and glad they're back. But again, what he's done with the schedule, and what Brandon and Steve Calhoun have done with, combining North Central Florida and Jacksonville and adding some of those new courses there. I really do think that's got an opportunity to grow membership.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All the way across. So, good for them. And again, let's get back to Shane and Marie for a second. I think that a lot of times, Tampa, from the Florida perspective, is somewhat forgotten, because of Orlando and Jacksonville. I think they get the majority of the accolades. But,
Right.
Brandon, Steve, and Marie and Shane in Tampa, they do such a good job, and I hope they understand that how much we appreciate what they do. And one of the things that Shane does, and I say Shane and Marie do, watch your Facebook page over the course of the year. Not only do they stay up on it and posting things, the graphic that they posted today earlier was really good, but they also post tips. They post all kinds of informational type things to keep people involved and engaged throughout the season. Highlighting different players. I mean, they do a lot of really good things that again, I think sometimes the average person, the average member, the average tour director, it just goes unnoticed.
Right. I mean, we definitely I need to follow them because I'm always looking for different ideas, especially for social media. It's kind of not my best thing. But they've always done great things.
Hold on, back up, because you know how I feel about you to begin with. I mean, you do a lot of really good things that maybe not necessarily be social media, but your emails,
Right.
the emails that you do, phenomenal.
Right.
They really are. And as long as if what you're doing is resonating with your players and your members,
You can't get any better than that.
maybe you'll be able to attract some people with social media, maybe not. And that's where you've got to look at, okay, maybe try some things. If it works, great. Put some effort and don't take that the wrong way, effort.
Right. No, I get you.
But, if it's going to get results, great. If it's not going to get results, put that time and energy somewhere else where you're actually seeing results.
I was gonna ask him, and then but we know this. Shane can talk. He loves to talk. I love how they do the opening stretch and the closing stretch. Kind of splitting into two different ones. I thought about doing that. I think there's gonna be a lot of ideas flying through the Ryder Cup for me in Arizona, but God, area Florida's doing. My wife loves to go to Florida, so do the kids. If everything pays off, maybe I'll have to make a long trip and visit both tours.
I mean,
Make it work.
we're not that far away.
I know. I know. Every time you keep reminding me, you make me more and more nervous.
So, well, you know, again, so this is the first episode of our 4th year. And, you know, we instituted the Directors Cup last year, and so we still have some more to get on. But this is the time to really kick off. If you, as a player, hurry up and register.
Yes.
And I don't know if you know this, but we got a number of new tour directors coming on this year.
I've heard.
Yeah.
I've heard. What do they call it? Whispers. But every new tour director, it's always great to have. They get to learn a lot from all of us, and kind of make it their own little baby, which is cool.
Yeah. So let's just run through the list here real quick. Atlanta, which we knew about.
Right.
We've known this for a while, and for those that don't know, this is truly the first year where I'm not going to be a tour director, and I'm okay with that. I'm going to miss a lot of the tournament day stuff and those types of things, but the new tour directors there, Chris and Mike Webb, they're going to do a phenomenal job. They've been around for forever, so they know what to expect. Houston's going to have a new tour director. Brandon and Steve Calhoun have kind of merged North Central Florida and Jacksonville.
Right.
Milwaukee's going to have a new tour director. Jersey's going to have a new tour director. New York's going to have a new tour director. St. Louis, Tyler Cardwell. I've talked about him a lot. He just couldn't do it anymore with new job, new responsibilities, and that's just kind of the way it goes.
It happens.
And not that I'm not going to miss any of the other tour directors, but going to miss him for a number of different reasons. Senior Michigan's going to have a new tour director. Dennis Nault moved to Florida, and Senior Southeast Virginia, new tour director. So, looking forward to talking to these new tour directors, see what they've got going on, and introducing them to the podcast family, whether they're ready or not. How about that?
We need to tell Dennis to put it in their contract. Once they become a new tour director, they automatically have to be on the podcast.
Have to be. We got to acclimate them. Whatever that means, right?
Right.
So, well, again, I'm really looking forward to this year and see what's going to happen. And for you in your blind dates,
they're not going to be blind pretty soon. They're going to be able to see. I mean, this is the 4th year we talked about this, and it's the 4th year that I've said I want to start early, and I don't, because I enjoy my time off, well-deserved time off.
Yes.
But next year I'm going to start on time.
For real though, for real this time, for sure.
For real this time, for the 5th time.
Exactly, it's really going to happen this time.
I mean, unless you want to do it for me.
No, here's the reality. It's hard. I mean, it's just
it is, because a lot of things change, and you get to know a bunch of these golf pros, and then you call them the next year, and they're no longer here. They left to go to this course. They left here, and he got started all over and calling the course, and this day's available, and then you call another course. Oh, I can't do this day. Okay, can you do this day? Let me see if this course will switch me this day. Like, it's not.
Right, it's hard. And so each market, I think, has their own challenges, has its own culture and own challenges. But one thing with you and where you're at, you also are dealing with a very transient membership base too, because of the military base and other things that go on there. So there's a lot of times that you've got to almost start from scratch, or half start from scratch. I mean, you've got your core members that live there and are there. Or go anywhere. And when I say that, they're not moving out anywhere, right?
Right.
But you also have the other half that is transient based on their their job and life circumstances.
Yeah, it's ever evolving.
Right.
So,
And you've got to, it's not like you also have limited courses. It's not like your Tampa, not like your Atlanta, not like your, not like your Phoenix or Tucson, right? I mean,
right.
I mean, if you're in Phoenix or Tucson, you can't, go around the corner without hitting a new golf course.
Yep.
Tampa, Florida's that same way. Orlando's the same way. Up here is the same way. I mean, you've got a lot of other variables, and so when I think when players go to other tours and they see things that are different, yeah, some things should be the same,
Mm-hmm.
but players understand that when you go to a different tour, there's that different, culture, different other things that you may not have to deal with on one tour to another, and but the experience should always be the same.
Right. It is, and you come into a spot where we're trying to build these schedules during holiday season, so a lot of guys go out of town or courses are closed or whatnot. I'm excited, dude. I'm actually looking at it right now, and I love the way it's shaping out, and can't wait. Like I always say, the challenge is open. Anybody want to bring some players to El Paso? We can do a little side team event. We'll figure it out.
Well, the other really good thing is, we're not too far out from the icebreaker.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm see if I can pull that up now. So let's see here. January 10th and 11th. Icebreaker.
That's insane.
So 31, 41, we're 45 days out. No, we're 41 days out. That's what we are.
Yep. That's insane.
Ready to go, man. So, what specials are you running? Membership special?
Membership $100. We're
$100.
doing
Cool.
again. We're doing the race to 100 for us versus Arizona. We beat them last year by 1 day. From what I was told, it was a couple hours, honestly. So race to 100, winning tour gives away a entry fee to our dual event in Arizona.
Okay.
And yeah, I have a good feeling we're gonna do very well.
I hope so, for your sake.
Very well. I also give away like first 50 get in the raffle, first 75 get in the raffle, and we'll see how it goes. I've had a lot of interest from other people outside of my membership that I've heard from a friend. So add them to the email list and hopefully they get hooked.
I know they will. That's for sure. All right, my friend. It's good seeing you. Glad you had a good Thanksgiving, and we will touch base again here real soon.
Real soon. Yep.
Send me some pictures so I can get this thing done.
Some pictures.
Yeah, some elf pictures.
Oh, yeah, that's not happening. Use your AI. I can't wait to see this. It happens every year.
Hold on a second. Let me see something here.
No, we don't have time.
We don't have time for that?
No.
Okay. Well, tell Diana I said hi and thank you for giving you up for the next year to do this and all the time that you put into this. Tell how much I appreciate it, and we'll talk to you soon.
Likewise, brother. Be safe.
Bye-bye. Take care.